In the realm of self-discipline and spiritual growth, semen retention stands as a timeless practice that empowers men not only physically and mentally, but also spiritually. This concept transcends any single religion, belief system, or philosophy, and aligns with universal principles of divine connection, energy preservation, and inner transformation. For centuries, men across cultures have recognized that by retaining their vital life force, they gain clarity, purpose, and an unshakable spirit. This video explains why semen retention amplifies a man's connection to God, not as a path confined to one specific religion, but as a practice that enables a man to tap into the divine essence of existence. While religious frameworks like Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Taoism have touched upon the importance of purity and self-mastery, semen retention emerges as a tool to transcend ego and reconnect with a higher purpose. Through this process, a man's spirit becomes unbreakable, his vision sharpens, and his life is propelled toward greater fulfillment and purpose. Let's go into some details about how semen retention elevates a man's spirit and allows him to connect more profoundly with the divine. Understanding semen retention as sacred energy. At its core, semen is more than a biological fluid. It represents a man's life force energy, the very essence of his physical and spiritual being. This life force, referred to as prana in yogic traditions or chi in Taoism, is the vital energy that fuels creativity, strength, and spiritual insight. When a man continually expels this energy through excessive sexual gratification or addiction to pleasure, he depletes himself on all levels. Semen retention involves the conscious decision to preserve this energy by abstaining from its loss through sexual indulgence or unnecessary ejaculation. This does not mean rejecting intimacy or sexuality altogether, but instead mastering it. By retaining semen, a man directs his vital energy inward and upward, nourishing his mind, body, and spirit. Over time, this preserved energy sharpens his focus, ignites his passions, and opens channels to higher states of consciousness, where God, or the divine, can be experienced more clearly. Connecting to God beyond religious labels. The concept of God transcends religion. Whether one envisions God as a personal deity, universal energy, or infinite intelligence, the divine is accessible to all who seek it. Semen retention enables men to align themselves with this divine power by clearing the noise of worldly distractions and addictions. By retaining and transmuting their energy, men cultivate discipline, clarity, and stillness, qualities that are essential for connecting with God. If you look at all the successful athletes out there, the top performers all have a connection to God and seem to outperform everyone else regardless of their religion. This is because someone with little or no faith cannot defeat a man who has a strong spirit and a deep connection with God. Many religions and spiritual traditions reference similar practices. In Christianity, chastity and self-control are seen as pathways to communion with God. In Hinduism, brahmacharya, celibacy, is part of the yogic path that directs energy toward enlightenment. In Buddhism, monks practice non-attachment and mastery over desire to achieve nirvana. Similarly, Taoism teaches that preserving life force, Jing, strengthens the spirit and harmonizes a man with the Tao, the universal flow of energy. While these practices arise within specific traditions, their underlying truth remains universal. Retaining one's vital energy elevates the soul and aligns it with the divine. Before we go on to the next chapter, let me just say that semen retention is not easy. It takes hard work, dedication, a clear mind, and a clean body, and most importantly, a good strategic plan. If you're serious about changing your life through the practice of semen retention, I have made an ebook called The Power Within. This is the ultimate guide to semen retention, and I explain everything you need to know about the benefits of semen retention and how to develop a strategic plan to succeed. If you would like to read it, I will leave the link in the description below. How semen retention builds an unbreakable spirit. Semen retention is more than a physical practice. It is a spiritual discipline that fosters inner strength. The journey is not easy. Modern society encourages instant gratification, indulgence, and distraction, making it difficult to resist temptation. However, the very struggle of semen retention refines a man's character. By practicing restraint, he develops resilience, willpower, and mastery over his impulses. Over time, this discipline transforms into an unbreakable spirit. A man who retains his life force does not falter in the face of adversity, because his foundation is built on discipline and divine connection. Challenges become opportunities for growth rather than sources of despair. His mind becomes clearer, his emotions more balanced, and his actions more intentional. This inner stability allows him to stand firm in his purpose and fulfill his God-given potential. When a man connects with the divine through semen retention, he experiences profound inner peace. The distractions that once clouded his judgment and drained his energy lose their power. His spirit becomes unshakable because it is anchored in something eternal and unchanging, the divine source of all creation. The role of energy transmutation. Semen retention is not about suppression, but transformation. The retained energy must be redirected, a process known as transmutation. Instead of allowing his sexual energy to stagnate, a man channels it into creative, intellectual, and spiritual pursuits. This is where his connection to God becomes most evident. The creative energy that once fueled lust is redirected toward building, creating, and serving a higher purpose. Artists, writers, athletes, inventors, and spiritual leaders throughout history have harnessed this energy to accomplish great feats. Nikola Tesla, Leonardo da Vinci, Muhammad Ali, and countless monks and sages practiced some form of semen retention, allowing them to focus their energy on higher pursuits. As a man transmutes his energy, his thoughts become purer, his actions more aligned with divine will, and his spirit more resilient. He moves with purpose, knowing that his energy is sacred and must be used wisely. This awareness strengthens his connection to God and reinforces his resolve to live a life of meaning and virtue. The spiritual benefits of semen retention. Clarity of mind. Semen retention eliminates the fog of overstimulation and indulgence, allowing a man to see life with greater clarity. This mental sharpness enables him to perceive the divine presence in all aspects of life. Deepened spiritual awareness. As a man retains his energy, his mind becomes more still and he becomes more receptive to spiritual insights. Meditation, prayer, and contemplation become more profound as he aligns with divine energy. Unshakable inner peace. Semen retention cultivates emotional balance and inner calm. A man no longer seeks external validation or pleasure to fill a void because his spirit is already nourished. Greater willpower and discipline. Overcoming the urge to release requires immense self-control. This willpower extends to other areas of life, enabling a man to pursue his goals with determination and integrity. Enhanced creativity and purpose. The transmutation of energy fuels creativity and inspires men to pursue meaningful work. This sense of purpose connects them with their divine calling. Semen retention as a path to self-mastery. Ultimately, semen retention is a practice of self-mastery. It challenges a man to rise above his lower nature and align with his higher self. By mastering his desires, he learns to master his mind, emotions, and actions. This mastery is the foundation of spiritual growth and divine connection. In mastering himself, a man becomes a vessel for divine energy. He begins to live in harmony with God's will, guided by love, wisdom, and truth. His life transforms from one of struggle and distraction to one of purpose and fulfillment. This transformation is not confined to any religion, but is accessible to all men who choose to walk the path of self-discipline and spiritual awakening. Semen retention is a sacred practice that empowers men to connect with God and cultivate an unbreakable spirit. It is not limited to any particular religion, but aligns with universal principles of self-mastery, energy preservation, and divine alignment. By retaining their vital energy, men elevate their minds, strengthen their bodies, and awaken their spirits. They become more resilient, purposeful, and attuned to the divine essence that pervades all of life. In a world filled with distractions and temptations, semen retention offers a path to clarity, strength, and spiritual growth. It is a practice that challenges men to rise above their lower nature and embrace their divine potential. Through this journey, men become more powerful, not in a materialistic sense, but in a way that aligns them with God's infinite power and wisdom. This connection transforms their lives, making their spirits unshakable and their purpose clear. The power of semen retention lies in its ability to unlock the divine within, guiding men to live lives of virtue, creativity, and fulfillment. If this video helped you in any way, please give it a like and subscribe to this channel to support my work and allow me to help you in any way possible. Thanks so much for watching.